What's up everybody, I hope you're all happy and well. I'm Jay and welcome to my channel. Now as you can see, I have been very busy on this game and I have pretty much opened up all the museums that we have and they've all got pretty much 5 stars. Some have got 7, some have got 6. I've opened up everything on the map and I've just about found everything. So for a start, we shall show you the first museum, which is Memento Mile. Now this does have spoilers, so it's up to you, but I'm going to show you everything that I have. So here we are in Memento Mile, and as you can see, I have changed this from how it used to be, because as you find more things, you'll find you don't have the room, so you have to try and change things around a little bit. As for all the items, I pretty much found it all. Apart from this thing here, I'm still trying to find that, but I've opened up everything. So I'm still trying to look. I think probably there might be a few things that I've not opened up yet, but I'll get to that and show you. But yes, this is pretty much everything for the prehistoric era. The botany is the same. Now all I ain't done is found the prestige of certain plants, but everything else has been found in prestige style. I'm not going to show you the rest until I actually get to that museum. But there it all is for you. The prehistoric, the fossils, the ancient inventions, the preserved history, and the frozen finds, and so on. So the tour around the museum, this is how it all starts right here. Now, 2 kiosks is just not enough. And not only that, you get a queue. You do get a queue at times. So you're best to actually create queue lines, just to help people out a bit. When it comes to security, they're going to run through that door. So that's probably one of the only places where the criminals will go. Sometimes they'll get spotted by these, but sometimes they'll make a run for it. And that's why I have these with cameras everywhere, so they get spotted. This has pretty much helped me out a lot. There is 4 different types of criminals. You have your standard criminal, you have your molars, you have the one that comes through the toilets, and you have the ones that come and do damage. To try and stop the people coming through the toilets, I put cameras outside. I know that's not right. And I've also made a little bit of a maze so they have to come out. Same with down here. A little bit of a maze so they have to try. They can't just run straight out. They've got to go one way or the other. And this is the same as well. So if there's still something in here, they have to come out here, either get to there or to there. So I've kind of made it a little bit more difficult for any criminal, apart from the molars, who are very, very difficult to find and trap. So this is my fossil area. So as you can see, all the different fossils. Now, when I first started playing this game, I started sticking these down everywhere. And to me, it just didn't look right. And as I carried on playing the game, I learnt that this stuff here, the trees and the bushes, is just as good as putting these down. So you can decorate it and make it look more authentic. And there we have that. And then obviously, one thing that the people are constantly wanting is toilets. That's why I have toilets when they start, toilets around there, and as you'll see a bit further on, I have toilets up here. And if you look, you'll see that the toilet is 54%. They're obsessed with going toilet. For some reason, these guys just want to keep going toilet all the time. The queues is unbelievable for the toilets. It's mad. But then we have a little area where they can have something to eat, and they can also play a little game, which they queue up on. So you really do need to try and find yourself an area where they can just have fun and play. It's the kids that want to have the entertainment more than anyone. The adults will do, but it's the kids that complain a lot. And then we get into the botany area. And here's all my botany plants, including the big guy over here, the Chomper Pit. And this place is a bit awkward because some plants want it really hot, some plants want it really cold. It's just up to you on how you do it. Again, we have the toilets with the camera outside and the people waiting just to stop these ones from coming out the toilet. Now what I have done is I've actually made it. If you put this stuff down, this floor in here, if you put that down, you've got to be a bit careful with the molars, because if they come through and it's the same colour, you won't spot them. Green, you can spot. Light colour, you can spot them. So when they start to come through, just lift it up and watch out for any spots that appear. Each of these, the ones that come through the toilet and the molars, they come in 5s. So if you think you've caught a couple, there's 3 more. So watch out for them, and you really have to have security everywhere. I've got security down here. I've got security over there. I've even got security here. I've got security everywhere. Because when you go off and find these things and they come and nick it, it's so irritating. It really does annoy you. This is all the dinosaurs that I found. I do believe that I have found them all. I have. There is one that's not here. And obviously you can see there, look. Now, I did actually have this one. This is the, I'm not even going to pronounce that, but I actually had that. I had every single part of it, and then it got stolen. So that's why I'm very, as you can see, I've got a guy there, I've got cameras there. And yeah, they just want to nick everything and anything. There's only two things that will not nick, and I'll get to that in the next two museums. But there is only two things that the thieves, I've noticed, do not steal. Got to try and get plenty of entertainment. You do actually need more than this, but so far I'm not doing too bad. I'm up to level 44, so we're not doing too bad. That's on 100%. It's just this, and it's the only thing that's really doing my head in, is the toilet. And yeah, I've been out and got the gold, the prestige versions. Is it the prestige? And then we have everything else. Then we have a caf, or a cafeteria. Then we come into the frozen land, the area that needs to be cold. Now this is very interesting. That there. Now I need to find that. This is actually, you find that here. So I need to find it for one of the museums, and I'll show you why when we get there. But yeah, pretty much found it. Just got the one left to find. Toilets again, with the security. Security guard waiting outside for him. Another cafeteria. Now what I try and do is I try and block all my staff off. They're not just right here. Some I have done, some I ain't. And then we have everything that's been preserved. The shop. Now what I can tell you about the shop is that I have seven people working because the queues get mad. If you're going to build anything, make sure you keep away from that line, because the queues, trust me, will be mad. This is why I've left all this space here. And obviously if you look on this one, I've left space there because the queues do get big. Now, one of my biggest features, and one of the things that people really do like, I think if I could show you, it normally tells you what they're like. Oh, the amber, but normally it's been these, which has been my tanks, which have had fish in. What I do tend to do, rather than keep going, I get two of one fish, and then I put that in there so they breed. So then I can get the knowledge. So then the knowledge is boosted up. And I do like to make quite big tanks, and I do like to have cutouts, so the customers or the consumers want to walk further in and have a bit more of a delve in, like they're actually inside the tank. That's how I like to do it. And if you look at the marina when we get to it, that's pretty much what I've done. So this is pretty much my first museum. I'm making a lot of money. If you do struggle with money, put your prices up, because that will make a big difference. You'll notice that the customers will give you a bad mark if you put their prices up too much. But majority of the time it's quite fine. But there you go. That's the museum. I have tours. Now we do actually have quite a lot of missions. As you can see, I'm on 7 of 8. And I've got a funny feeling that's going to go to 10. Now I could do a video for all of these, but the video would just be absolutely mad. I'll just constantly keep filming and keep filming. And I really would like to get onto the other games. And I really did want to just play this game just to see what it had to offer, because it is actually a brilliant game. And there we go. You'll find that it won't just be this or this. You'll need water, you'll need other stuff, because that's what these will start asking for. So there you go. I try and, like I say, keep all my staff away from everywhere else. And as for the map, this is pretty much what I've opened up. It goes all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. And there you go. So that is the first museum. If there's any questions that you want to know or anything to help you out in the game, please comment and I'll try and answer the best I can. So we'll go on to the second one this time, which will be the marina. So here we are in the marina. I've not changed this too much, but you can open that up there and open up that. Again, my staff are out of the way. I have tanks everywhere and opened them all up, apart from these three here and that one there, which I've kind of left as a bit of a rectangle. But these are all the fish that I have. I've opened up just about every fish. I think there's 4 fish that I've opened up because this is one I enjoy the most. So I kind of wanted to get the other ones out of the way and then obviously work on this. But yeah, this is now, I did actually have a calf here, and I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but I seem to get a lot of people that get stuck where you can't move them. So I've had to kind of, you know, get rid of things just so they start moving. But this is it. This is my marina. Obviously, you can see I've only got 5 stars out of this one. Again, the security. Now, I did actually mention in the last museum that there is something that the thieves won't nick. They won't nick fish. For some reason, they just won't. I don't think they can actually. I don't think it's possible to nick a fish. So your fish are perfectly fine. So if these little finds here, you kind of really want, here you go, look. So have now been caught, and because there's cameras everywhere, he's just legged it. Because he's thought, nah, I ain't doing that. But again, I have camera room there. And I have a camera room there. But yeah, your fish are completely safe. They won't try and steal your fish. It's just these things here. So these are the things you really got to watch out for. And obviously the outside stuff, which people go crazy for, as you can see. And I've got a trip on at the moment on the go. But I keep going out and trying to find. So I'll actually show you what is actually in this. So marine life. I found all of this stuff here. Certain parts like that and that, you actually need to find more parts than you get. The fish, as you can see, there's 2 fish I'm still missing. Another fish there that I'm missing. I found all the tropical fish. And then there's a sea monster. I've not put him in a tank yet. But like I say, this is the one I kind of want to work on most, which I've kind of left till the end. Because I've got a thing about aquariums. I do think they're absolutely amazing. So there you go. This, so far, is all my fish. And obviously ruins. And the displays as well. So there you have it. Now I'm going to show you over a big spoiler here. If you've not got that far in it, there's going to be a big spoiler coming up. And that is this here. This was a bit of land that raised up and allowed me to build on it. So I actually have built another tank. Now in here is my tiger, all my tigers. Because I did actually put one of these tigers in with another fish and they ate it. So I kind of keep them away from everyone else. Obviously I need some more workers because these are all empty. And then here we have more fish, which is the whale. I have a little whale. Actually, I think I've got 4 whales in there. Again, with the toilet, because I have these things here, I put a little bit of security just there. The fish do need looking after. They really do need looking after. So if you can, try and get these upgraded as best you can, just to kind of help your guys out a little bit. And obviously you've got all these ruins here, which is not yours. This actually was popping out the water. And then when the land raised up, this all came out with it. So there's my marina. I don't know if there's any more land. I've got something stuck there. What's that I've got stuck there? For some reason, you're stuck. There you go. But yeah, I've got all this land here to work on with, or to work with, shall we say. I've got this bit of land up here. Again, there's another ruin there. That's nothing to do with you. That's just something that's already there. So there we have it. Obviously, I have another box. Do you want to see what's in the box? Let me show you what I've caught, because this is actually something new. This, we went to the underwater cave in the wetlands. So we shall open this up. Oh, it's just... Now, this is quite annoying, this is when you just get bloody XP. But that's what that was, XP. Why was that only XP? Where did I send it to when the helicopter comes back? I've only got 1 helicopter at the moment for this. Because my money is quite low on this one. Obviously, because this is kind of one I've kind of waited, like I said to you before, towards the end. Also, everything gets dusty, so you've got to have people clean them off as well. You'll see, as you move on, things get really dusty. So this is the marina area. As you can see, I've just about opened everything up. These little diamonds here, that tells you that there's a spirit there. You'll probably find that as you move on. Now that, as you can see, there's 2 items. I've not been there yet. There's another artifact and another temperate fish. And this one here. Now, sometimes it's quite disappointing because obviously you go to places. I've unlocked a lava lamp there. It is quite disappointing because other places do actually have the same thing that you've unlocked, which is like, oh, really? Because you're kind of looking for something exciting. And as you can see, there's something there that I've not unlocked yet. That's because I have to display a pristine quality goldfish, cold water fish exhibit and received £10,000 for donations. That's why that's not open up yet. If you actually look at the map, you will find that what you're going for is actually on the image. So you can actually see when you look, see the whale. It'll give you some idea of what you're actually going to look for. So you can see the 2 feet that we have. And then obviously there's wetland there. So yeah, sometimes it can give you an idea of what you're going to look for if you actually look on the map. But that's pretty much nearly opened up. You've got jellyfish. There's the whale, look. Yeah. So that's it. So we shall move on. Like I say, if you want to see any more or want to know about anything else, please let me know if I've not shown you enough. But we'll move on to the next museum. Right, so welcome to the Wayland Lodge. This is the Spirits and the Cursed Museum. Now, as you can see, I have completely changed this around because I've done this about twice now. Because obviously the things that you collect and the things that, you know, need to be put in certain places. Now, as I said before, in the marina and the first museum, there are 2 things that the thieves won't nick. They won't nick the spirits. They just will not have a go at nicking the spirits. But the spirits are, they really do annoy you because they can escape and they will escape and they'll get fed up and then they'll just go automatically. So you have to go and find them again. This is the museum that I do not like the most. This is probably the museum that just kind of like, okay, let's get this done. Because as you can see, these things, they get stolen a lot. These things here and these things here, I've had these stolen so many times, it's unbelievable. So that's why I kind of keep them in little groups so I can keep my eye on them. I suppose I could put them all together, but I find it a little bit boring if you walk in, see it all there, and then there's nothing else to look at. One of my biggest features is my tank, which has all these Swim Reapers in. So there you go, the tank full of Swim Reapers. These are all the spirits that you have housed, so people can kind of view all. There's celebrity ones as well as just your standard ones. And obviously the toilet, again, I've done in a manner that they have to try and get through security. And obviously there's another one. Obviously these rooms can house more ghosts if you want them to. Now the problem I do have with this one, we have some good missions with this one, really good missions we've had. Got 5 out of 8 stars for this one, and I've got a display of 4,560 total buzz. Now I do have a lot of things that I've not put in yet. Now there is one thing that really freaks you out, is this thing here. This is your haunted doll. It doesn't matter where you go, that doll is going to follow you around wherever you go. And all these different exhibits do actually have certain things. This doll here, it will move, and every time you come back to it, it'll probably be in a different position. This has something that comes up through the toilet, and this has a jack in the box in it, and that bed floats. Yeah, the problem is the spirits can get quite annoying, so you do have to kind of hire yourself ghost whisperers sort of thing to help you out here. As you can see, I've got a camera room there, keeping my eye on all of this. Shop again. This, I've got 4 in here because it just got mad again with queues, so try and make your shops quite big. Camera room again there. Put plenty of staff rooms down, plenty of toilets. Again, if you look, you'll see that 64% of my average toilet rating, they just want to keep going toilet. I don't know if that's a bug or whatever, but it just annoys me. Now, what did annoy me and what really did get me about this one is that I had this for a start, and you open up land, but there is a mission that you finish off, or a set of missions that you finish off, that opens up all of this hotel. Now, the thing that got me about this hotel is that all the customers went to this hotel and started giving me bad marks because there was nothing in there. And that's what really did my nut in. So obviously I had to fill it up. I didn't want to, but I had to, because I want to move on my terms, not when the game says, but I had to. I've filled this all up with some, like I say, training room, analyzer room, security room, marketing room. We have a cafe, we have another shop, and then we have a load. Again, I've done the spirit rooms, some of the spirit rooms, like I've done my aquariums, where they've got little gaps where they can go in and see a little bit more. And that's pretty much it there. Obviously, you got the little flower area, where you got this, which is like a bouncy castle. If they actually, yeah, Springton flower, that's why, and they start jumping on it. And obviously, this is quite an interesting plant. You'll find more about that as you play it. So there it is. Now, I have actually opened another bit of land here. As you can see, there's one of the moles. That's what I said about the moles. That's where they come through, so that's what you're looking for. Now, I have all this land that I can work with which I've not done anything with yet. And I have this land here. I have 2 helicopters on this one. I have over 1.1 million. And that's pretty much it so far. That is it. So what have I actually got from that? I have got everything, just about every spirit. So I've got the Dark Age spirits, the Sunken spirits, I've got the natural spirits, I've got the Industrial Age spirits, I've got the Ghost Dust and equipment, the famous possessions, and so on. This is what I have. A lot of this I've not put down yet, but I will. Now that is quite funny. I told you about this doll here that watches you everywhere. That won't look at you. Doesn't matter where you go or where you move, that will not look at you. But that one will. And that's interesting, but I won't tell you what it does, but that does actually show something quite interesting. And there you go. There they all are. Some of them have red eyes. There's a reason why they have red eyes. If you carry on, you'll find that out. So there you have it. That's the supernatural. And obviously it gets bigger. The museum, you can have absolutely massive museums. And we actually have a spirit train that comes through as well. A spirit train comes flying through there. I don't know what else I can tell you about it. Like I say, these things here and those things up there, they are what the criminals will try and nick. They won't nick your fish. They won't nick your spirits. So just be careful of that. Also, like I say, these things here, you can have queues. You can have really big queues. What I tend to have is have people come in, get the ticket, and then get a map if they want to. And obviously I put maps down everywhere just to stop people from getting lost. So there's a map up there. A lot of people have been complaining about these things here because there's nothing where they can put cash. So I've put plenty of these down as well. And also info boards as well. And there it is. On to the next museum then. Now the Bungle Wasteland is very, very interesting. As you can see, I've got 2 more. We have a completely different style. I say style of game. It's not. In this one, you actually have to go out and get blueprints. You're not actually getting the item. You're actually getting a blueprint. And then you build it. That's what this is for. But you can't build another one until you, like I say, passed a mission. So for example, if I go onto here, start a project, these are all the projects that you can do. These are all the blueprints you have to go out and find. Now to build a spa, I've actually got level 3 of everything apart from this one here. To build the level 3 of that, this has to expose 30 criminals. And I'll tell you this now, this is the funny thing about it is, this gets nicked more than anything. This is one of the first things because you try and tend to put it right at the door here. As you can see, mine's there and I've got one there. The amount of times I keep getting them nicked, it's just unbelievable. But yeah, this is pretty much what you have to do. You build that one. Once you get a load of views or whatever, you can then build that one and so on and so forth. There is a few things that you can actually go out and find, but you can't just find one bit of it. You have to keep going back to keep finding more, which is bandage basket, the flying machine, and you have these things here, which is the jab maestro, and you have the printing press, and you have the train. Oh, I've got another one there, so I've actually got 3 helicopters. Again, security needed because everything in here can get nicked. Now, the difference with this one, if you've got this far, there's another mole there. Look, that's gone through. As you can see, it's being taken away. That's one of the moles, look. And they're annoying. Really are annoying. If you look over here, you'll spot a robot. You can actually have robots working for you now. So I have a robot security guard. And I have a robot handyman. That's it. That's all it is at the moment. It's just them 2 that you can have. And there it is. Oh, and in this level, this is one of the worst levels for things getting on fire. I think it's because it's hot. Maybe if you started putting cooling stuff in here, obviously like you can with the tanks, that might help a bit. So I might try that out next time. But yeah, you want probably put cooling stuff to keep everything cool because it is hot. If I show you the temperature of the place, yeah, it's very hot. So it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to actually stick cooling down to help everyone out as well and stop things getting on fire. That's probably your best bet. So I shall try that when I come back to kind of finish off. I've only got 6 out of the 8 stars, but I've got a funny feeling we're going to end up with 10 stars for each museum. So I can show you the map for that. Now this map is underground and you're actually finding science materials. So you've got metal and you have gold that you can find, golden truffle. And then there's blueprints, workshop project. That's what you're finding. I've got perks. This is a good one to go and get perks. If you want to get loads and loads of perks for all your different things, this is the best place to come to get your perks. Obviously, there's a load of perks I've undiscovered as well. But this is where you start getting your robots and stuff like that. And obviously there's another spirit that you can find. And I think I've just about found everything I have. So yes, I have everything in the Science Museum. Actually found everything. Well, I actually built all that. I've not found that. Well, I found the blueprints, but I've built the rest of it. These are the ones I've found. So now we're going to go on to a very interesting museum. The Space Museum. This was really interesting, as you'll find out when I show you the museum. Now, this museum is interesting because you actually have 3 species of aliens that come and visit your museum in this one. As you can see, I've got 2 aircraft. Have I called them aircraft? What have I called them? Helis. I've got 2 helicopters. I did have been calling them helicopters. 2 vehicles, I said, didn't I? But yeah, again, this actually works a treat. As you can see here, criminals come in, get exposed, and they run off again. The amount of times I've had criminals get exposed before they even walked in the door is unbelievable. But again, it's got a shot. I've actually opened up one bit there, one bit there, and one bit there, which I'm going to explain to you this in a minute. But that I've opened up as well. I can still stick a load of stuff down. I think there's more. Yeah, there's one there and one there you can open up. So you can actually have 6. So other than the aliens come in, and obviously going to different alien planets, you get these things here, which are interesting because these things enable that to work. If you don't have them, that won't work. It's the same with this. You have little lights, and each of these, they tell you what it needs. And when you put them next to each other, it opens it up. Obviously, you have the fun UFO for the kids to play on. And you have the different bits from different areas, from different planets. Again, I've opened all this up. I've actually opened all this up. Money's not very good, like I say, because once I've done it, I went back to the first museum again, but my profit's pretty good. Now this is very interesting. It took me ages to try and figure out how to put it so it worked nicely. And it also allowed people to move around, because this is quite a tricky thing. Every item that you have here, as you can see, we've got all these little square and triangles all the way around. Now each of these makes each of these work. And each of these makes other things work. See, the boggy men are coming out now, look. Yeah, so I'll show you. There you go, look, he's going to run straight out. And he's found him. So each of these around the edge makes each of these work here. And a lot of these here make each other work as well. And then what happens is, all or whatever, if you can get these 3 targets there, it'll open up that big thing there. That's what that happens. Some of them is pretty cool. Some of it actually does different things. You really want to make it work. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go off and find everything again. But I'm going to put, like I say, that over here, but just that working rather than actually have that. That's what happens. That's the whole showcase. That's the big thing you got there. And as for that, as you can see, I don't know if I've opened that up. What have I got to do? I've got to display 588 one buzz. Yeah. So obviously you can see the guests are happy. Again, it's the toilet that's let me down, 71%. So one of the bogeymen have been spotted. There he goes, straight in, look. Because the cameras have spotted him. So he runs straight back. The only problem is, when they run back, they damage the toilets. Yeah, he's fled. So there we have it. That is the Space Museum. And you have to send off space. So if I show you the map for that. So this is it. So you're working around different planets. So we have this one here. I think this is the moon, I think. Is that the moon? Yeah, I think it's the moon. And then you go off to this area here with a couple of planets. And then over to here. And then obviously you come around a black hole where you get to this little planet here. And obviously you have the cheesy place there. So that's that just about all opened up. I think it is all opened up. So yeah, I pretty much opened it all up. Look, I've just got to go and find everything that's prestige. And obviously so we can put more of it down. Just so they can say that's a chair there, and this does something, and that does something. That's like a spider thing. And then you have like the bee, the wasp, or whatever you want to call it. So there you have it. That's that. Now, there's only one person that I've not opened up. I've opened up everyone else. But there's just one person that I've not opened up. So I'm intrigued to know who that is. As for all these, I've pretty much done the majority of this. There's a few things that I ain't done. This all earns you kudos, this does. And as you can see, I have a lot of kudos. There's a lot of things to open up, but there's a lot of things to open up in Enlightenment, which is this. So what happens here is you actually have to take, so if you find 3 of them, And you can see it says there, look, I need 4 of these. So you have to go out and you have to try and keep going out and finding them. But when you find them, don't get rid of them or don't sell them. Put them in the analyzer, because then you get knowledge, which then gives you more stuff. See, look, it's just gone back in there, you see? There you go. And he's got to wait now. Now, I did actually have a problem with this, because I actually got something stolen in my spirit museum, and he actually did steal it, and I could not, in no way at all, could I get an officer. Look, I'll show you. So if I pick him up, he's not going to do it to him. It's just not going to do it to him. Look, it's just not, and it really frustrated me because he actually nicked something, and yet I could not stop him. I got rid of all the toilets. All he did was run to another toilet, and yet every officer, every security guard that I picked up would not go near him or do anything with him. In the end, I had to let him go, and he'd actually stolen something, which really did annoy me, really did. But yes, as you can see, I have a lot of stuff here. See, that's 3 knowledge there, only 2 on that one, 4 on that one. So you've got to keep analysing it, and then it will get your enlightenment, which will give you all this extra stuff to open up. There's a lot of things to open up with Kudosh, but this stuff you open up with the enlightenment when you analyse the things. And again, I've just pretty much got quite a high level on these. The ghost ones I've opened up quite a lot. And then the marine life, opened up quite a bit of that. Obviously, I've opened up that so you can play the races, so the kids can have something to play on. But I say the kids, everyone plays on that. You also get a meal that you can actually change. If you go to the restaurant, you can actually pick and choose what you serve. So if you click on the food options, you can click on them and you can change them over. So you can actually pick other foods to be served in your restaurant. So pretty much, yeah, upgrade everything. Obviously, you get loads of different stuff to sell in the shop, which you can put down. When you click on it, obviously, it gives you other things to put down. Again, with these. But these ones and them ones don't. These do. Obviously, you've got the different costumes for the kids to wear. It's only the kids that wear these, no one else. The different books that they can read and the different posters that they can take. Certain rooms will actually allow you to have more staff, so you can actually put more staff in if you choose to. Obviously, this stuff here, when they come off, some people have problems, so they do actually need to be sent to certain places. When you go to the map, you will find that there is a hospital there that you can send your staff to. I have 2 staff with illness, so I can send them off. In the Spirit Museum, they start to scare people. So that's because they have a curse. So you have to send them to get a curse removed. So there you have it. I hope you've enjoyed my little tour. Like I say, I've been very busy on this. I really just wanted to play it. And I'm sorry for not kind of giving you a playthrough on this. I just wanted to play it. And so I've now shown you pretty much, I don't know if it's halfway. I don't know if it's 3/4 away. I don't even think it's a quarter of a way. But yeah, this is pretty much what I've done. If I go back on here, I've seen people do videos on these things here. I'm not that interested in these. I really ain't. I just want to build the museums. I've had a go at that one, which I think I got gold. And I've had a go at that one. This one, I've had a look at it, but I've not really bothered with it. I just wanted to get on with these museums. And as you can see by that one, there's another star appeared there. So that's 8 stars. 5, 6, 7, 8, yep. Obviously 8 stars on that one. 8 stars. I think we're going to end up with 10 stars for each of the museums. And as you actually go through it, you'll find that you start to pick up certain things that actually represent the museums you've gone to. So there it is. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you again when I've actually mastered this and completely completed it. That's my plan, to work on it now, get everything prestige and get it just absolutely spot on, because I know for a fact we're going to have add-ons. There's a space there. There's a space there. There's a space there. We could actually make the map bigger. There's definitely going to be add-ons. So I want to get this mastered as much as I can. So I shall see you when I've done that. But hopefully I shall see you in either 2 Point Hospital or 2 Point Museum. So I'll see you again. Bye-bye.